Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Restless Corpse from VirtualBromance. This is day 25 of the 365 games. I'm playing Half-Life 2. I'm hanging out with my bro Providence over here.
It's totally me. I'm totally here. I'm doing that thing.
And I'm going to touch on something that I talked about.
Not with me in the room, man. Don't touch on anything with me sitting next to you.
I'm going to touch on... Alright, in any case. Something that I brought up in yesterday's video, but I didn't really have enough time to flesh it out and talk to it. That's the whole like sequels ruining horror games type thing. And like I said yesterday, Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil, is the one that said that in the article. And I kind of think that maybe he was just trying to plug his new game, but I think he kind of has a point. Everybody bitches about how like the Resident Evil games aren't scary anymore.
Which, well, we've talked about this, not in this forum, but we've talked about this before.
Mostly at the forum at work.
Yeah, the at work forum. But I have that other opinion. I think that it's a realistic progression in the story. I mean, yeah, people are scared of zombies, but once you've spent large portions of your life fighting zombies, they become
portions of our life.
Right. No, I'm saying these characters.
God damn, every time I go outside, there's fucking zombies there.
No, these characters. It's like Leon's like wakes up in the morning and he's like, son of a bitch, I gotta kill zombies again. Because if I don't, they're gonna have to put Claire in the game or something, and that's not gonna work.
Wait, so you're saying that the entire Resident Evil story hasn't happened in one day?
Right.
When do they have time to sleep?
In between games, bro.
In between games. So Chris didn't get all super buff in one day, is what you're saying.
You don't try to live your life in one day.
Alright. in any case, back to the thank you.
Oh,
no, that's the wrong one. Whatever, man. So you don't, and you said it's a natural progression of the story, and that's cool. But we're just talking about like the game being scary.
Sure, but I think that
because let's be honest, like Resident Evil 4 had some like creepy parts, but it wasn't necessarily that scary.
Go Halo,
as badass,
go Halo.
Yeah, right.
Go get the SUV.
Yeah. As badass as the game was, I'm not trying to say it wasn't badass, but Resident Evil 5, not scary at all. Not a single part in that game.
I don't have the mean hate for Resident Evil 5 that a lot of people seem to have.
Well, I don't hate the game. I didn't think it was that great, but it was still a fun game.
It was pretty good.
But 6, there's not a single moment in 6 that's scary. It's more ridiculous than scary, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I mean, in the article, he said, I'm paraphrasing here, that he said after you get like you start playing sequels, you pretty much know what you're fighting, and it's not scary anymore.
Which is my point. Like, the characters wouldn't be scared, they wouldn't be freaked out because they've seen the shit before them. It's not like, holy shit, what the hell is that? Oh god, it's a zombie, it's gonna eat my brains.
Right.
It's like, oh look, it's another zombie, let me kill it real quick. Same thing happened with Dead Space, though. And
speaking of, before we continue, I got a message from Tony today. Well, because I was like dicking around with the smart glass on my phone, and I saw that he was on. I sent him a message. He was playing Dead Space, and he told me he was like, I don't want to look like a pussy or anything. This game's creeping me out.
Dead Space 3?
1.
Oh, first one.
Yeah, I let him borrow.
Yeah. And then he took him to another state because he's a really great guy. No, I mean, I suppose even there was some stuff in 3 that was a little bit creepy.
Yeah, I mean,
but they were still exposing us to new shit. I think that it ends up going. What the hell is going on there?
It freezes. I don't know. It loads.
Okay.
It's loading. It's an old game, man. Come on.
No, I think that one of two things happens, and that is you get Resident Evil syndrome where it stops being scary and becomes a straight up action game, or you get like Silent Hill or Dead Space where they start like further convoluting the mythos and adding new things, new levels and tiers of monsters to things to creep you out with something new. And
check out those subtitles.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I mean, it's really a matter of opinion as to which, whether those things are good or bad. I think the gameplay is good, like enjoyable. The gameplay is enjoyable, but I mean, I'm sorry, it's unrealistic to think that a game could stay like a creepy, eerie horror game, because that would require you to suspend disbelief in such a way that, like, you would have to pretend that the whole world remained ignorant to these occurrences, and in doing that, you'd have to have a new lead character for every game, and you'd get and if we did that, then people would bitch that, oh, well, they're doing the same stupid shit that the last guy did at the beginning of the game, not knowing how to... Yeah. Why they always shoot the zombies in the legs or shoot them in the chest. Like, why don't they just shoot them in the head right away? Like, people would complain about that. People just like to complain about shit.
Well, alright, so I get what you're saying, again, with the progression of the story, but if you're gonna market your game as a scary game...
I think they stopped marketing Resident Evil as a scary game.
Yeah, but there were still, 6 games before 5?
There's more than 6.
No, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0.
1, 2,
5,
3,
but
4, Code Veronica, 0.
That's 6.
There was another one, wasn't there?
Well, there were remakes, on
okay.
DS, or whatever the hell it was on. But, and that goes back to what Shinji Mikami is saying. It's don't make a sequel of the game then. Make a new survival horror game.
Right, but if everybody constantly just makes new IPs, then we're going to end up in the same pit that we're stuck in with, the film industry, where nobody's got new ideas, and it's always a remake of this or a remake of that. I mean...
Well, that doesn't really help the sequel argument, though. Because it's still the same shit.
No, they don't have to come up with a completely original property, at least in the sequel. They can just kind of build off of it. Did
you watch any of the video of The Evil Within? The E3 stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
It just looks like a Resident Evil game, but...
So look, this asshole is up there waving his dick around
right.
about how he knows better than everybody else, and all he did was make Resident Evil 1 again.
Right.
And give it a different fucking name with evil in it again in the title.
The Resident Evil Within.
Right. Resident Evil is it's the evil that where the evil lives. The Resident Evil. Whereas where does the evil live? Probably in somebody.
Within.
The evil is within. Right. This guy is. He's shooting his mouth off. Some over-pompous, over-confident fucking cheese dick who made a game that was kick-ass in mid-90s, whatever the shit it was, 97 or something, and somehow thinks that he's some kind of fucking rock star and nobody can compete with what he did. Oh, I'm the father of fucking horror, survival horror.
I'm not really sure that that's what he was trying to say, but... Kinda, yeah, I suppose. I mean, he did create Resident Evil, and Resident Evil is pretty fucking awesome.
Right, but did he do all of the games?
I don't think so.
Well, there you go. So he gets to take credit for the first one.
So maybe he's just...
Here's the lockpick, Jill. I'm going to give it to you because you are the master of unlocking.
That's pretty scary. Scary-ass voice acting. Alright, so...
This is a guy that I don't think has the right to look down his nose at everybody else.
He made 2 as well.
I don't give a shit.
I'm just saying.
Let's say he made 1 and 2, fine, but that doesn't give him.
Nemesis.
Look, if he made Nemesis, that's something to make fun of him about.
Dude, some people actually like Nemesis.
Some people also like diet soda.
Bullshit, by the way.
People, yeah,
that's
yeah, it's bad news, And some people like what's something really lame. Lots of people like Justin Bieber.
Toe socks.
Toe socks. Yeah, people like those too. That doesn't. There's no accounting for the bad taste of the people of the world. I'm sure that there's somebody in Europe or Australia talking about how Resident Evil Nemesis was the best game in the series.
Yeah, and they're wrong.
And they have a laundry list of reasons why, and they'll defend them to the grave. and someone's going to sit there and listen to him because they got an accent, and that makes people think that they know more.
Should we talk with accents?
I'm talking with like massive like allergy congestion. Is that kind of like an accent?
Yeah, all right. I'll allow it. So anyway, the bottom line is you don't agree with him.
I think that he's a pindick who is pissed off at the system.
But look, you don't agree with him.
I would agree with him if he were not like simultaneously saying this, cocking off like this, and trying to promo a game that is a blatant fucking knockoff of Resident Evil.
Can you really call it a knockoff if he's the one that created both?
Yes. Because he's trying to promote it as if it's something completely new and different, and it's fucking not.
Well, technically what he said was he's going back to the roots. Which is cool.
Right, but maybe...
I wish fucking Resident Evil would have a reboot.
If he's going to shoot his fucking mouth off like this, maybe instead of going back to the roots of something he already did, maybe you should plant the roots as something fucking new instead.
Like, in the garden? Outside?
He's the one that talked about roots, man. Don't fucking piss on my analogy. The point is that if he's going to shoot his mouth off about how sequels ruin games, don't turn around and just make a cheap imitation of the game that you already made. If you're talking about how you need, like, how new IPs are better because they don't have the stupid, like, mythos to determine, you know, what happens or whatever, or who the characters are or how they feel, you know, if that's what, like, bogs down, it's like talking about comic books. Oh, there's 50, 60 years of continuity is fucking up our ability to write a cool story. No, it's just making it hard for you and you're fucking whining about it.
Word.
Let's reboot. Let's do a retcon. It's like, dude, shut up. What are you, fucking DC Comics? Yeah, let's reboot the continuity for the fucking 30th time. Because everybody's too much of a fucking sissy to actually just write shit in continuity. So what, he can't write a good Resident Evil game now, so he's gonna fucking start a new game that's basically Resident Evil, The Evil Within.
The Resident Evil Within.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that a lot of these game developers get big fucking heads and think that they're more important than they are. You know, I mean, look, bro, you're no Cliffy B.
Is Cliffy B even still cool?
No, that was the joke.
All right.
You're no Randy Pitchford. I ain't even mad at Randy about Colonial Marines.
All right. In any case,
Randy Pitchford, if you're listening, we want to play some multiplayer Colonial Marines. You let us know. We're down. We only play on Ultimate Badass, however.
That's true. Except for when we try to get that achievement for killing that dude in like a minute.
Don't even talk to me about the Raven.
All right. In any case, this was day 25 of the 365 games. I really need to hurry up because I'm about to die in this video and it's embarrassing. If you like the video, slap the like button.
Slap it with a fish.
Slap it with a fish.
Oh, you're dead.
I died. I didn't make it. And if you're a fan of VirtualBromance, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, cool guys subscribe. Not cool guys don't subscribe.
Awesome cool guys like and subscribe, I think.
Right. And super awesome cool guys
like subscribe, and share the video on their Facebook and stuff.
And favorite.
Yeah.
And, tell us we're awesome in the comments, because that's awesome.
Maybe they tweedledee the whole video.
Right.
Who knows, man? I'm sorry.
All right.
I swore a lot, and I think I picked a fight with the creator of Resident Evil.
He's totally going to see this and, send you an email cussing you out.
And I'll tell him...
But it'll be super polite because he's Japanese.
Right, and I'll tell him to grow a pair of testes, manly testicles, and I will challenge him to create a game that is not like his previous game.
Word.
Bitches!